VRN, your trusted leader in e-motorsports.
Hey, welcome Vigilante Nation to Indianapolis Motor Speedway for round 4 of the VRL Premiere Series. My name is Alan Vaught, along with Ricky Wittenberg in the booth here, bringing you all the excitement and racing action tonight. And so let's get started with some racing session details here for you. So tonight's race is 85 laps, folks. 85 laps. That's 212 miles that they're going to racing tonight. The fuel capacity for these trucks is 70%. They do not have any fast repairs, and there is an incident limit of 25 and 6. That means once they get 25 incident points, they have to do a drive-through penalty. Cautions are managed by iRacing, also the Lucky Dog and waiver rounds. Their current championship leader is the 89 truck of Craig Goodenough with 44 points, but he's tied with last week's winner at Dover, the 38 truck of Chris Gomes. Third place is Dustin Eaton, just behind them with 42 points. And they are wrapping up qualifying here. It should be, as soon as I can find something on the track for you to look at, folks, because they all just looks like they finished up. Maybe Tom Barish, no, he's just now coming off the track. So we should get ready to see them grid up here so we can go over tonight's starting lineup. In the meantime, let's get you some weather information here for this evening. All right, so 80 degrees Fahrenheit is the air temp. The track temp is 96 degrees. That will probably go up as we get into this race. The humidity is 39%. There's a light wind, 4 miles per hour, but it's variable between southwest and southeast. We are currently partly cloudy, but expect the skies to clear as we go on. We do have 8 onboard cameras for you tonight, so when we get an opportunity, we're going to show you hopefully your favorite driver if they have a camera up, so you can see how it looks from inside the cockpit. So with that, Ricky, are you looking forward to the Brickyard?
Yeah, the Brickyard's one of my favorite tracks. I think I say every track's one of my favorite tracks, but I really do like Indianapolis. All the tradition, and it's a technical track, really hard to pass. It's almost like a road course, but it's an oval. So you have to set up passes, you have to set up your runs, you got to be careful. You can't make mistakes. It's a fun track to drive, and with 33 drivers out here, we should have a pretty good race.
Yeah, as you can see, they're starting to line up now on the grid. So we're going to pull up the grid information here and go over that with you. So on the pole tonight, same as actually, no, did Craig get it? Trevor Robertson got the pole on Monday night's practice. But tonight, Craig Goodenough took home the top spot there. Number 1, Trevor Robertson's in 2nd. Derek Welch is in 3rd. Tim Pope is in 4th. Dylan Bryant's in 5th. Josh Bittner in 6th. Jonathan Osborne is in 7th. Andy Player is in 8th. Kyle Vaught came home 9th. And in 10th place, you have John Gallagher.
In 11th, Jeremiah Burke. Mike Everidge, 12th. Kelly Kill, 13th. Andrew Cawthon in 14th. Albert Anderson in 15th. Austin Paul, 16th. John McAdams, 17th. Dustin Eaton in 18th. Tom Barish, 19th. And Greg Klein rounding out the top 20.
21st is Scott Roney. 22nd, George Rincon. 23rd is Chandler Paul. 24th is Sean McDonald. 25th position is Dave Mayberry. 26th is Scott Milner. 27th is Greg Dobson. 28th is Kevin Hunt. 29th is Dion Jones. 30th is Anthony Williams. And rounding out the field, we have Mike Adamson in 31st, Jack Dixon in 32nd, and Colin Decker in 33rd. So those last 3 drivers there, folks, they did have penalties from last week, so they did not put down a lap time. In the penalty, what they receive is an EOL for the next race, which is tonight. And also they don't get pit lane selection since we're not allowed to qualify. As you start to see the grid moving off for the pace lap. And that is your starting lineup. Go ahead.
I was going to say what I think is really interesting looking at the starting grid there. I know it was not on purpose. Just very apropos that we're at Indianapolis and we're starting 33 trucks.
Oh, well, I like the number 33, but I think you have something else in mind. What do you mean by that?
Oh, well, you're 33. Yeah, I was actually the Indianapolis 500 traditionally starts 33 Indy cars. So it's a very popular number at Indy. So maybe we need to get them to line up 3 by 3 real quick and do that 3 wide start.
Could you imagine? I don't know how well that would work out for us, man, but okay. So,
hey, we're up here. It'll be a whole lot more fun watching it than it would be doing it.
True statement. I think I would enjoy that a lot more since I'm not in the middle of it. Could you imagine being in the middle mid-pack 3 by 3? That would be insane.
I don't think I'd want to do that.
No. So tonight you also might have seen just now, folks, you saw testing go across the screen in red lettering. That is our race admin, Lori. She has the ability to interrupt and jack into the broadcast with messages if we happen to miss something in the broadcast booth, or she just wants to put a message out there for you. You might see that from time to time, in addition to her monitoring the chat for us as well. And speaking of the chat, we do say already Taylor Provac saying good night for VRL Racing. Let's go, number 16, pulling for Kyle Vaught out there. And Lori says hello to everyone. Tim McAdams says, hey gang, good luck tonight for the 47. And Albert Anderson Sr. says, go get them, son. And we should see the pace truck pull off here, Ricky, and we're going to get ready to go green.
Yeah, and the first couple of corners at Indianapolis is always tight and crazy, so let's see what happens.
And we're underway already, under green. Nobody seems to have the advantage here. See Barney waving that flag up there on the stand. Let's see how they get through the turn here. Now, I didn't have the chance to run with these guys. Oh, you see the six kind of go wide there. I had the chance to run with them on Monday night, Ricky, and I'll tell you the updates to the iRacing service as it pertains to the aero package and everything. I felt a huge difference, especially when it came to dirty air in the trucks and how much and how tight your truck got behind another vehicle. I was running second that race. Battled a little bit to try and get around the leader, but after a few laps it seemed to just heat your front tires up and you had no grip.
Yeah, and that you want art to imitate life. I don't know if we love that in the iRacing sim. You'd rather be able to race, but I mean, if that's the way it is in the real world. So seems like they're trying to make it more realistic, and that realism makes it harder and harder to drive these trucks.
Yeah, I was talking to Kyle Vaught over Tuesday actually, and I was mentioning to him, hey man, depending on how the race goes, if it's clean all the way through, qualifying is tremendous. You're probably going to finish near where you qualify, in my estimation, unless you just catch some lucky breaks with the yellow flags or some kind of pit strategy.
Yeah, and the pit strategy is big here. I mean, you can flip around your race depending on when you pit and if a caution comes out. So I don't know the the fuel window, but I would guarantee you there'll probably be a couple of strategies here. And Trevor Robertson coming in the pits.
Yeah, I don't know what that's. I hope that's not him having to disconnect for some reason. I didn't see him have any damage or get in the wall. Maybe he's playing a strategy right off the bat here. The fuel window that you spoke of is about 21 laps. You could go a little bit longer, you know, depending as the trucks slow down throughout the run. So around 21 to 23, I would say, is what we're going to see. Pretty tight, though, as far as that's concerned. They do have additional tires. They have 4 additional sets across the wall. Oh, I know why Trevor went. It looks like maybe he jumped the start and had to do a pass through. I didn't see that. Did you?
No. Let me go back to the start here on my monitor and let's see if the leader. Well, it's supposed to go on the iRacing on the first start.
Right, supposed to go on the flagman. I'm looking back now. I don't see this Trevor on lap 1. Did Trevor pass Craig good enough for P1? I have to see if that was a. Let's go back and take a look. Nonetheless,
he was maybe just a tick ahead of him at the line, but it was very close.
We'll get us an overhead shot here of these guys. You see the pace truck is still on the track right here. The pacing pretty even. Now the key is he's slightly forward here. Well, they're still going around. This is still the pace lap, it appears. So let's see if we can go forward 1 lap. Still undercut, or just getting ready for the start of the race here. Coming out, so here we go, coming in here. So the pace truck is off, you see there. It should be at regular speed, at pace speed. If he launches, he's slightly forward there. He launches, yep. He must have received a black flag there, folks. That's unfortunate for him because he won Monday night's mock race, and he was very, very fast.
Well, if anybody can come from the back at Indianapolis, I know Trevor is one of the best drivers that I've seen at Indy. I mean, we've got a lot of good ones, but Trevor always seems to be up front at Indianapolis. So if he catches a couple of cautions, he might be able to get himself back into it, but it's going to be tough.
Yeah, he's going to have a little bit of fortune have to smile on him to get back up there in contention. But you do have right now, Greg Goodenough is in the lead with 1.5 seconds back to Tim Pope in that 7 truck. Third place is Derek Welch, 1.8 back. Fourth is Dylan Bryant, 51, 2 seconds back. And you're rounding out your top 5 is Josh Bittner. I think he likes this track. You probably know better than I would. He's about 2 seconds back off the lead right now.
Yeah, Bittner really likes Indianapolis. Races kind of a little bit like Pocono. Pocono's his favorite track, so I would imagine Josh would probably run well here tonight.
Well, we got a clean start, and that's probably not going to bode well for anybody counting on cautions to get them in this, because once we get strung out, pretty well, let's take a look at on the track map. You can see we're stretched across about a straightaway. Single file for the most part. You can see him sliding that truck coming into the short chute. That's going to be key. We'll see who can save their tires or who's able to run down someone else by conserving. But you can't do but so much conserving, or you're going to be completely off the pace and won't do you any good to catch up with them.
Looks like there's a gaggle, what I would call a gaggle, from 22nd to about 30th. Starts with Rincon. He's kind of pulling away just a little bit, but man, they're side by side, and they looked a little hairy back there a minute ago.
And you can see the 88 truck of Mike Adamson trying to come back up through the field after suffering a penalty from last week. And when we say penalty, folks, we're not talking about something like you saw Austin Hill do in the Xfinity race here this past weekend at Indy. We're talking if you were deemed to be primarily at fault for an incident that causes a spin or a crash of another competitor, then that's what you would generally get a penalty for. Now, of course, the league does hand out penalties for deliberate wrecking, but that's normally not the case here in this league that you see. But he is now up 8 spots from where he started this race, running currently in 23rd position. Ricky, how about while we have this chance of good fortune and green flag racing, let's go through the field.
Yeah, go for it. We got a lot of guys all over the place.
Yeah, so we will go on board right now. And again, explanation here, it appears that Trevor Robertson And yeah, he's way off the pace here. Had to go through a drive-through penalty for jumping the start there. He's currently running 33rd, 31 positions down from where he started. Man, that's got to hurt. And going forward from there, on board with Anthony Williams as he's trying to effect a pass on Deion Jones for 31st. You can see Deion Jones as well. He's kind of not in the preferred line as they're going into the corner, and Anthony Williams is able to make that pass. Kevin Hunt's your next competitor, running 30th place, 2 spots down from where he started. Scott Milner's just ahead of him, running 29th, down 3 spots from where he started, racing out of Pittsburgh, Indiana. So he's an Indiana native. Jack Dixon, our friend from the north there, running up 4 spots from where he started with a penalty as well tonight. So he's running 28th. So we'll see if we are able, or Jack's able rather, to get up through the field here and get towards the pointy end of this race. 27th, you got Colin Decker, another driver who received a penalty tonight, up 5 spots from where he started. Currently running, he was 27th, but Jack passed him for that position. Now he's in 28th. You got Tom Barish. What do you see on your screen in your house? Do you see a plain wrapper on his truck? Because that's what I see every week. Okay, so it's not me.
I think that's just his scheme. Yeah, I believe that's just the scheme that he runs.
Yeah, I think it looks good. Maybe he needs a paid sponsor.
Yeah, so searching for sponsors.
Right. So that's Tom Barish running out of Gulf Coast, Mississippi, running 26th. Greg Dobson's in 25th. Right there, running up 2 spots from where he started. Chandler Paul's in 24th out of Mount Washington, Kentucky. John McDonald running up 1 spot from where he started in 23rd, racing out of Edmonton. Is that Edmonton, Alabama? Is that right? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I hope I am.
Alberta. No, he's Canadian. He's one of our other Canadian friends. That's Alberta.
Gotcha. That's probably why I didn't recognize Edmonton.
That might be Edmonton, Alberta, and it's top.
Gotcha. So he's running
Kelly
23rd.
Kill off the pace in front of Adamson. I don't know what's going on. Got the field checked up.
Maybe he had a little brush with the wall there. It looks like it. You can see his right side's pretty well caved in. Oh, he's trying to get out of people's way. He even walled it trying to get out of their way there. No, oh my God. That could be it. No caution. That's incredible. He has destroyed that truck, and there's no fast repairs in this league. We'll have to go back and see what happened there as we were going through the field. Go back just a little bit here, see if we can find it. Get on board with Kelly.
Like he hit the wall pretty hard coming to the line on lap 9 coming to 10. And then I think he hits it again because his truck was broken.
So he is fine right through here. So let's see if we can go forward to lap 9.
Yeah, it's coming out of turn 4 on lap 9 where the problem happens.
So he's on 9 now, coming back to the backstretch. We'll just stick with him right here as he's headed to the backstretch. He's all right through here. Oh, he touches the wall in a short chute there, which gets him offline as he hit the wall coming out of 4.
Yeah, he hits it pretty good.
Yeah, he hit it really hard there. But he seems to be okay. He must hit it again.
He does.
You see Kyle Vaught going underneath him there in the 16 truck. Oh, he plows. Yep. Oh, that's where he really gets the damage. So he was just trying to make it around from that point back to pit lane. Was just not able to do so. He just keeps it. He's doing a great job trying to keep. He's got major damage, trying to keep it out of everybody. You can see this wiggling all over on him. It's unfortunate for Kelly. We'll see if we can get him up here and he's still in here and get a word with him. So nothing's changed up front, folks. You got Good Enough still in first. Second place is Pope, Welch third, Bryant, Dylan Bryant's in fourth, and Josh Bittner's in fifth. So we're still maintaining status quo there. If Kelly's still in his rig. And he is. We'll keep you alive here watching the race. See if we can have a word with him. Hey, Kelly Kill, this is Alan and Ricky in the booth. You got me, buddy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Yeah, it looks like you had unfortunate contact with the wall and some pretty heavy contact out of two, just trying to get it back to the pits safely. Tremendous job just keeping it up into the wall. It looked like it was pretty evil for you to try to get around that track. How did it feel from the cockpit?
I thought I felt like it was going pretty good, and then what was that, turn 4? I think coming out of 4, I hit it, and I didn't think I had damaged it all that bad, but it said I had significant wheel damage, and then coming around, I think it was coming into 1, hit the wall again, and then knocked the wheel the other way, and then it was on.
Caution.
Oh, caution, roger that.
Oh. But yeah, it's toast. Says we're done.
All right, buddy. We just want to get a quick word with you, and appreciate you talking to us. I hate it for you, and we'll go check out this caution, and well, good luck next week.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right, man. Later.
Yep, see ya.
Oh, wow. What a wreck.
Yeah, so here
Dave
we are.
Mayberry and Austin Paul.
I'm on board. We're on board with Austin Paul, looking from the chopper cam. Let's see what happened here. Dave's going, oh, Dave just catches his left rear, and it's a blowover. Man, Austin just had nothing you could do in that situation.
No, that's pretty unfortunate. It looked like maybe Dave was trying to side draft him a little, going into turn 1, and maybe got a little too close. And that's the fastest part of the track right there. Just a tough time to get turned if that puts you upside down.
Yeah, his truck, you can see his hood is up and everything right there. Just completely destroyed that thing. Aside from blowing over, he had pretty major front end contact. Yeah, it's unfortunate for him. We'll go back and take one more look at it from a different angle. So as we'll go on board with Mayberry, looking off of the roof cam of his vehicle. Lori's putting out caution there. Yep, just maybe a side draft gone wrong. And the 3 car really paid the price.
I'll have to see what Austin thinks about what happened there. I'm sure he'll probably not too happy. I don't know. I'm sure that he's probably toast because he hit the wall so hard with his rear end. But flipping might have actually saved him from totally blowing it up. I'd say he's got some pretty extensive damage though.
I would say he definitely does. Let's see if I can find him. If he's still in here. See, Chandler's in.
He's an 8 dead yet with 8 dead yet.
There you go. He's one of your drivers.
Yes.
Go. Hey, Austin, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got me.
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man. It was like an unfortunate incident, but befell you there. How was it from the cockpit, from your perspective?
I was flying in the air. It was not good.
It was not good. You're right. It looked like maybe, I don't know if you got any feedback from Mr. Mayberry there. It looked like maybe a side draft gone wrong.
Yeah, it's kind of what it looks like. I'm looking at it now while I'm waiting for it. Somehow only had 4 minutes of repair.
Wow.
So I'm looking at it right now. I was watching the lines in the track. I held my spot. It looks like he tried to side draft going into the corner. Just tried to do it a little bit too egregiously. And it sent me on my lid.
Well, hey, man, it looked like 4 minutes. I'm shocked. But so that's good. That's the good news part of it. But Ricky, got anything for your driver who went flying through the air?
Yeah, well, Austin, the one thing I'll say is even though you was upside down, it's actually probably lucky that you hit that way because I think it might have saved your engine the way it flipped. So you get a lot of time at Indianapolis. If there's another caution, you'll get that repaired. So just hang in there, and you never know. Indianapolis is one of those places you can turn it back around.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'll be looking for the number 29 throughout the race. I'm just kidding. We'll just race it like we normally do.
Probably good idea. Good idea.
Well, hey man,
Yeah,
we
so
appreciate.
we'll see what happens here.
I appreciate you talking to us. An unfortunate incident like that, and hopefully get to talk to you in better circumstances later.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm sure me and Mayberry will swap insurance by the it's over.
Yeah, but I got you. Thank you. Appreciate it, Austin.
All right. Yep. 10-4 rubber ducky.
That's the number 3 car of Austin Paul. Unfortunate. A ride, not the fun kind. So, but he's resilient. Maybe get back out there and get some points at least for the championship.
Yeah. I mean, with the one good thing about Indianapolis being such a large track, he's going to be able to knock off probably 2 minutes every caution and repairs.
Yeah, for sure. As you see, Austin's still on pit road. Kelly's on pit road. Kelly Kill in the 01. Probably going to be out for the night the way we saw his truck. Greg Dobson is showing him out. He's on pit lane. Coming out now. Okay, he's on his out lap. Everybody else came in, folks. There was no real surprises about that. No one tried to stay out because there were 18 laps into this. Only about a 21 lap fuel run. The changes up front are that Craig Goodenough maintains the lead, but Dylan Bryant is able to get up to second, so he passed Pope. Pope's in third now. Jonathan Osborne's up to fourth, and Josh Bittner is maintaining fifth spot where he was running before the caution.
Yeah, it's kind of like you said. Everybody, it's pretty much still in the general same positions they were in. You know, guys have moved back 2 or 3 spots or moved up 2 or 3 spots, but there's no big swings of drivers moving. You do have Mike Adamson that's like he's up to about 18th. That's probably the biggest mover so far. And Alan, if you're talking, you may hit your button.
Yeah, I'm bringing up this the driver cams to get a quick look on these while we have a chance under caution. We're on board with Greg Dobson in the 085 right now. Has that low angle camera perspective for us. Who else do we have? We don't have Colin Decker tonight. I did see him on the track though, so he's running tonight. Got Andrew Cawthon. See, Cawthon's running in 24th right now. Are we back under green? We just went back green, folks. We'll switch back over and check out what's happening here at the front and see if they're able to do anything. You got 7 underneath already. Dylan Bryant's on that outside. Of course, starting from second position here is not ideal. You really got to hope you can get down and get in line pretty quick.
Yeah, looks like everybody's diving toward the bottom, trying to get single file as quick as they can.
I really love racing here. I find it challenging as far as, and you see Dylan trying to take a play for the lead here. Oh, I hope it doesn't go wrong for him. That was very close. Dylan has taken the lead now, and 7 also gets under the 89 if Craig Goodenough. 81's going to try to take a shot at it too. He's thinking about it.
If there's a hole, Osborne will dive in it.
He is there right now in that throwback Tide Ride looking scheme, racing out of Woodbury, New Jersey. That's pretty good action up there at the front there. Craig, I don't know if he missed coming out of 2, maybe didn't have enough momentum, and they were able to get to him. But he's going to fight back, I'm sure. Going to be tough to get around Mr. Pope, though. He is a master at this type of racing, able to save his tires and be fast all at once. As you see Dylan Bryant up there trying to break the draft. And you may see over the course of the run, folks, you'll see a snake-like movement of some of these guys trying to break that draft.
Yeah, now, I don't know in the first run if Goodenough was just conserving his tires, but it did look like that Dylan Bryant and Pope and the 21 were all kind of catching him just a little bit. So now that he's back there in that dirty air, let's see how he handles that.
As you see, the 81's able to get by as well. It looks like Josh Bittner's coming along with. Yeah, they're getting dicey up front here. They realize, hey, if you don't make these moves early in the run on the life cycle of those tires, it's very unlikely you're going to be able to make a pass. I would say 5 to 10 laps into the run.
That's tight out of the turn with Goodenough and Josh Bittner, but they made it work. And Goodenough's probably going to have to tuck into the line and try not to lose another spot to Derek Welch.
Yeah, he has dropped down from the lead down to 5th position now, just behind Josh Bittner in that 84 truck, riding on board his roof cam right now. Yeah, and the 21 is there. Go ahead.
One other thing we got to watch in this run, especially, is Trevor Robertson. We know how fast he was. He just moved into 22nd position, passing George Rincon on the front straight. So he's trying to make some hay. Well, actually, got 2 trucks that lap. He's up to 20th. So he's definitely moving forward.
Yep, still down 18 positions from where he started, but he is moving forward, about getting towards mid-pack now. If he's able to run down these guys and dispatch them very quickly, he's going to have a good run for this this segment of the race as he's going down to make a pass on the 23 right now. Those guys running 2 by 2 in front of him are helping his effort to get back to the front.
Looks like Craig Goodenough maybe has his tires back under him a little bit. He gets back around Bittner, so that'll put him back up to 4th.
Right on the roof cam right here. I don't know how this is going to work out here. This is going to be tight going into corner 82 on the outside, as you see him give a little nudge to Decker in the Pepsi-Cola truck, Chevrolet Silverado right in front of him there. Seems like we're doing it okay. 82's fine on holding his line on the outside. That's another position for Trevor Robertson on the move, headed forward. Up to 18th now.
Yeah, if he could clock off maybe 5 or 6 more trucks on this run and maybe catch a caution, he will at least have a puncher's chance. And that's all he could ask for at this point.
Yeah, he'll definitely be back in the mix. I'm going to get set up to kind of run back through the field, starting with the back. You want to give a check on the chat for me real quick, and we'll go through the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Edith Anderson has joined us in the chat, and Aunt Kathy Anderson as well. Osvaldo is in the chat, and Osvaldo is cheering for Kyle Vaught. And Tim McAdam says hi to Lori. Yes, and let's see. Looks like that may have caught us up. While I'm thinking about it, though, if you are in the chat, go ahead and hit that like button, because that really does help get us out to more people. So it don't cost you anything except a second of your time to drag the mouse over there and click the like button. We really would appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. It helps us out, helps us highlight these drivers and your favorite driver as well. So we'll do a quick through the field while we have this opportunity. Running in the 30th position, you have Tom Barish. Moving up there, 29th, you have Chandler Paul, down 6 spots from where he started. Deion Jones is running in 28th out of Diamondale, Michigan. Kevin Hunt's running just behind Greg Dobson here, and it's a good-looking purple truck. He's up 1 spot, running 27th. The aforementioned Greg Dobson running in 26th position out of Newmarket, Ontario, Canada. We have, I don't know, 3 or 4 Canadian drivers. I have to get a count on that.
I believe we're at 4. I think we're at 4.
Always looking for more. 25th position, Dave Mayberry out of Tucson in that 29 truck. Scott Milner in the 31. He's up 2 spots out of Pittsburgh, Indiana. George Rincon out of Cumming, Georgia. And running in 23rd. Jack Dixon, another one of our Canadian drivers out of Mitchell, Ontario, Canada. He is running in the 22nd position, up 10 spots from where he started the race. Andrew Carthen out of Bartow, Florida. He is running in 21st. John McDonald, we talked about him earlier. That's our third. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. I see 3 in the race tonight, but I think we have more. Third Canadian driver. He is running 20th, up 4 spots from where he started. Mike Everidge out of Melbourne, Kentucky. He's running in 19th. Up 15 spots from where he started is Colin Decker, racing out of New York. 15 spots because he had a penalty. He's fast here. He might have a chance, just like Trevor. He's right behind Trevor, actually, to get to the front if he has a little bit of fortune with how the cautions fall. Trevor Robertson out of McCrory. I can't say that. Arkansas. Can you say that?
Yeah, McCrory, Arkansas.
McCrory. There we go. I'll learn it, folks, eventually. McCrory, Arkansas. He's up 15 or down 15 from where he started. We know the story with him. He ended up getting a penalty, but he is making hay right now, getting back up through the field. I think we're going to see him up in the top 10, top 5 before this is over. Then Scott Roney, the 023 truck, running 16th, up 5 spots. John McAdam, the 47 truck, he's running 15th rather, up 2 spots. And Mike Adamson, he had a penalty tonight. He's done well. He's up 17 spots from where he started, up to 14th. I think he's going to be up there. I think both he and Trevor Robertson, the way they're racing, as you see him going for a pass right here on Greg Klein in the 92 truck. He's got position on him. He's racing out of Owasso, Oklahoma. But yeah, he makes a pass there. So now he's up to 13th. Another 2 or 3 spots will be in the top 10 before we make the next round of pit stops. That'll be good for Mike. John Gallagher in 12th position. He's down 2 spots from where he started, out of Roseville, California. Dustin Eaton racing out of Temple, Texas. He's up 7 from where he started, running 11th. Kyle Vaught's having a good night, about to make a pass or attempt one on America's driver Albert Anderson. He's racing, he's originally from High Point, North Carolina. He's down he's right where he started if he makes this pass in 9th position. We'll go back here to Mr. Anderson. Racing. Go ahead.
They're racing right there. Eaton, Vaught, Anderson, Burke. That's a good little race.
Yep, you can see right there. Anderson is not giving it to anybody. But he's a little bit of trouble in that position he's in, though. As Vaught's getting around him, and he's got others lining up behind like vultures to try and get around in the 14 truck. Looks like the 123 of Gallagher right there, and the 88. That's why he's fighting like hell, I think, on the outside to stay in front of Vaught, because he knows that this is just a train, and he does get back around him, so that's good for Albert. He's able to hold it here. Looks like he's going to be pretty good. So we're on board with Albert, going forward with Jeremiah Burke, racing out of Phoenix, Arizona. He's up 3 spots, running in the 8th position. Yeah, Andy Player out of Concord, New Hampshire, and we'll go back in a minute and take a look at these onboard cameras. I do have one for Andy. He's up 1 spot from where he started, running 7th. Now, Josh Bittner's right where he started tonight. He's out of Hamburg, Pennsylvania, but he's running 6th right now. He's got speed. I don't know why he's falling back a little bit here. Maybe he was fighting a little bit hard with those guys and burned up his stuff a little bit. Up to 5th, you have Jonathan Osborne, up 2 spots from where he started, racing out of Woodbury, New Jersey. And then you have Derek Welch. He's down 1 spot. He started 3rd tonight. He's running a 4th, so he's going to be there at the end. There's no doubt. He was very fast on Monday as well. And Craig, he got tires back underneath him. He's back up to 3rd. Looks like he's kind of settled out there. And then he's just riding just behind 2nd place of Dylan Bryant in your 2nd position out of Stem, North Carolina. And as I mentioned, the always wily veteran here, Tim Pope out of Roseboro, North Carolina. He's out there in the wind, and that spells trouble for the field.
It does, and I was looking at the last 5-lap average. Pope's about 1/2 second faster than the field on this 5-lap average. Last lap he ran a 54.37. Bryant's running a 63. Craig ran a 47, but Pope is the fastest truck on the track, and I think maybe what you were saying Monday about the dirty air, that could be a thing, that Pope's out in clean air, and that's giving him an advantage over the field.
Yeah, I think it is. And as I mentioned, we have some onboards here. Let's go onboard. As you see, somebody hitting the pits there.
Bittner.
That's probably a strategy play. I don't know that he would have damage. I think he does some unusual strategies from time to time. But let's take a look at our onboards here. You're watching the 13 truck of Andy Player, and there's his onboard camera. I think he races in his basement. He's got a really nice rig set up down there. He showed us once. A champion of this league, and is sitting there super focused, currently running in the 6th position. We'll get some more driver vantage points here of the folks that we have. But the next one's going to be 8th place of Kyle Vaught. Got some mood lighting going on in there, some red mist, so to speak. He's got a dedicated gaming room, I know, and 3 triple monitors, so a lot of good immersion there. And we always like to pick with him when he gets super focused, folks. If you watch his bottom lip a little bit there, you see him kind of chewing on it. That's when he's super focused on anything. He's kind of doing it right now, if you notice. And let's go back up to your 3rd place driver, Derek Welch. Now, Derek, sometimes when he's really into it, you'll see he's leaning into the corners. That's one of the things we noticed about these drivers. They have when they get super focused, they have, see right there, he's leaning into it right there. But hey, yeah. I think I know I do it too. I'm just not on camera.
I like that, a little bit of a head tilt. Maybe he's got the way his monitor works. It does that little gyro thing, so maybe he's leaning with it.
Hey man, if it works, right, it works. I definitely, and I know I have these little things that I do as well. Who's the next one? Let's go on board with Mr. Craig Goodenough. Your current 4th place drivers, Derek Welch, was able to get around him for that position. He's got a good looking rig set up too. Huge monitors. I think those are 27 or 29. Super focused though whenever you watch, and he's checking out. He's got information up on all these screens. You'll see his eyes dart around checking out the different. He's probably watching lap times, as detail oriented as Craig seems to be.
Oh, the Gallagher's wrecking on the back. Robertson, Gallagher, and Dustin Eaton.
This is not good. We will go back and we will get that right there. That's unfortunate. Let's see what happened here, folks. We're watching the 123 truck. Yeah, I hear somebody in the background here. Okay, that's deafened now. All right, there we go. Okay, so 123 sitting here. You see the 14 and the 6. Oh, it's like the 6 tries to get underneath. Oh, no. 3 really hot running trucks there, too. You'll look at that from an overhead shot. Slow it down a little bit. It looks like the 6 is going to end up getting into the 123, just trying to push the envelope a bit. You know that he was trying to get back to the front, having that mistake on the start of the race. Oh, and it just,
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if Gallagher didn't expect the 6 to have that kind of run, but I don't think Trevor could have went any lower. He'd have been in the grass. That was just one of those tough situations.
See if we can go on board here with the 6. Where'd the 6 end up? Did he was able to drive away from that? Yeah, he was.
He is, but I think he's got some definite damage.
Yeah, you see Gallagher making his arc in there, and the Robertson is just trying to. Yeah, there's definitely contact right there. And 14 is just an innocent victim of all that, along with the 10, and it looks like the 82 of, I think that's the 82 right there. With Mike Everidge it is. That's too bad. Let's see, at the time, they were running up there. He was making good progress coming to the top 10.
Yeah, I'm looking at Robertson's truck. It's hurt really bad. I don't think it's a meatball to where he's out of the race, but I'd say he's got some pretty significant damage to repair. Dustin Eaton must have also. He's disconnected.
Yeah, he just got plowed into the wall. He probably had no chance of getting that truck righted again. So let's see. Let's go back into the chat a little bit here. Where did you leave off at? Let's see. Hello, everyone. It's Albert Osvaldo. You talked about him. Edith Anderson, Team Albert. Where'd you leave off at?
Yeah, I think the next comment would be Taylor Provax. She was saying hi to Lori, and then Lori said, "Hey, sweetheart, she love you." And Taylor, you got this 16. So she's cheering for Kyle Vaught, obviously.
Yeah, right now. Where is Kyle running? Looks like he's in the ninth. He's still in the ninth position there. So he's running right where you started. So he's having a good night. We'll see if he can move forward on some of these restarts.
That looks like the time you've got to move forward. There's only a few guys that looks like they've been able to pass. Trevor Robertson, one of them, Mike Adamson, another, that's really been able to slice through the field. That looks like the two that's made the most headway.
Yeah, as you see the 085 truck, and it looks like the 085 of Greg Dobson and the 29 of Dave Mayberry. Nope, they stayed on track. Who's out? That's maybe Chandler Paul's with him. Yeah, Chandler Paul's in there with him. Greg's topping off here. If you're
Burke and Bittner,
yeah, go ahead.
They pitted early and they didn't go a lap down, so they've got 5 laps. Burke has 3 laps on his tires. Bittner has 5 laps, so this will be a hairy restart.
Yeah, it looks like I got Bittner going in last on lap 31 and Burke at 33, and everybody else just went in on this caution at 35. So they're probably gonna lose some ground here once they get around probably the first turn. Question is it going to be an accident as it's going on?
Yeah, I don't know about you, but nothing makes me more nervous when I do have an alternate strategy and I've stayed out, and or I somehow cycle to the front and I've got older tires. You just know, you get that sick feeling in your stomach, like, oh God, please don't wreck.
Yeah, because you know you're going to be
take out everybody. Yeah.
Yep. So if they don't spin their tires here, because Josh gets to, so the 84 truck gets to control the start. The first green flag of the race is on iRacing, but from that point forward, it's on the leader of the race. So he should get a good jump out there and get into turn 1 safely. The question is going to be that outside line, and then how quickly the field on 3-lap fresher tires gets to them, and if they're able to yield safely.
Yeah, and you've got Dylan Bryant, who's going to be on the bottom. I'd say he'll try to pounce to cover up that spot to get right behind Bittner. And Pope's on the outside. He's got to try to get down. So does Good Enough.
Oh, you see that 84 got the launch, but the 53 on the outside line was not able to. He's really bottlenecking up the 7 truck there on the outside. You got the 21 on the low line. He might be able to get under the 7. He's got a nose. 7 gives him room. Don't know if they're going to slot in there. Looks like Craig Goodenough just behind the 21 as well. But so far, so good. 81 is going to try to make a move there. Osborne on the 89 truck of Craig Goodenough. He's there. He's got a nose.
Oh,
that is so close.
That's a bad angle.
Yeah. Working out for him right now. 89 is going to try to cross him over. But the outside momentum works out for him there.
I think Craig may have backed off a little and avoided a disaster.
Yeah, I mean, Craig's a really smart driver. He realizes if he's in danger of maybe having an incident, he's going to be able to fight back now instead of ending up in the wall. And you see the 7 truck up there going for a move as well. On the 53, we knew the 53 was going to kind of go backwards, though. If he might get a net gain out of positions here, really his hope is probably that there would be a caution, pretty quick, and maybe he can cycle back onto the same tires with the leaders.
Yeah, I mean, if he could stay relatively close and they go another 5 to 8 laps, some of these guys definitely are going to pit.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a hard place to pass. If we get, like you said, 5 laps or so into this, He's going to stop bleeding as much, and he's not terrible right now. He's only back to 4th.
And even if he falls to 7th, they may have a little bit of a gap build up for them, that next little pack.
Yeah, as you can see, DW, Derek Welch in the 21 truck, he went in on 35, and he's not necessarily just driving past Jeremiah Burke in the 53. Gonna have to work at it here.
Well, Bittner's maintained the lead with the oldest tires out there. I think he's about to lose it, but he's done a good job for a few laps there.
Yeah, for sure. He just now looks like he's going to lose it right here. We see he's getting passed by the 51 7th. We'll probably follow suit here going into the next turn since 51's opened the gap. Still going to take the 7th some work, though, down this front stretch to be able to make the pass. He's not going to complete it until they get into turn 1.
Well, the 7 and the 84 are teammates, so I would expect him not to fight it quite as hard.
Yeah, it's a good strategy play. 84 to get up there and get some laps led, and then hopefully not fall too far back by the time he gets another service in pit lane. So I had some storylines for us here tonight to talk about. Only really one right now for the league, Ricky, but Team Tang. Hot start to the season, won 2 of the 3 races. We looked like Good Enough was going to kind of try to drive away with this one, but has not been able to do so. He's down to 7th right now. Doesn't mean he won't be back up there before the end. But what do you make of the hot start on Team Tang? And can anybody challenge them for the championship? I know it's way too early to talk about this. We're only in round 4, but it's fun to talk about.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of contenders out there. They're both very good. I say both. There's more, players on Team Tang. He's a former champion, but Eaton and Good Enough have both won races, and Eaton is arguably the best road course racer in the league, and Good Enough's great at all the tracks. So it doesn't surprise me just the way the first few races set up that they ran up front, and it don't surprise me that Craig's probably going to run up front again tonight because of the way Indianapolis drives. But there's guys that can definitely make some waves out here this year. I did notice that Chris Goins must have had some prior commitments tonight because he was either tied for the lead or second in points, and he is not here.
Riding on board with Andy Player right now as we're watching Craig Goodenough desperately try to get past the 53 and the 81. A little bit of a bottleneck here for the 89 truck, as you have the fast truck of 81 who passed him a little bit earlier, but the 53 is slower, and 81's giving him the bottom, but he ends up getting bottlenecked behind the 53. See if it happens again here. Well, he gets past the 81, but not the 53. So does the 81 try to cross him over, and he's going to go for a defensive entrance to turn 4, which is smart. And with these tires aging a bit, that's really going to hurt the 81. It's going to tighten him up coming out of that corner, which is pretty rough. So we also saw, we talked a little bit earlier about intentional wrecking, which has not been happening in this league. But this week, you had the RCR driver in real life, folks. Austin Hill was suspended. He received a 1-race suspension for intentionally wrecking Eric Almirola in the Xfinity race on Saturday. NASCAR cited the high speed and danger of the track compared to also past incidents like, Bubba Wallace. I forget what track that was. I think it was a 1.5 mile, him and Kyle Larson. And there's been others that have occurred. But the penalty, sparked a lot of debate online, especially since there are some incidents that NASCAR didn't suspend the driver for, even if it was intentional wrecking. And Coda comes to mind. I want to say that Ty, I can't think of his name right now, is RCR's grandson.
Ty Dillon.
Yeah, Ty Dillon was turned into the wall coming out of the final turn, But I guess because it's not a high-speed track with the added danger of injuring the driver, that's why they only took 50 points and or $50,000 and a lot of points for the championship. I don't know what your thoughts are on this, Ricky, as you see the 81 trying to get underneath the 53.
I think Austin Hill's lucky that he's still in NASCAR, period. He's a really good plate driver. He reminds me of the Pillsbury Doughboy. I mean, he's never going to make it in Cup. He's not serious enough to get himself in race condition, and he's not got it between the ears, I don't think. I don't know what his problem is, but he could, hooking somebody like that head on into a wall at a place like Indianapolis. I don't care if it is in the moment. You just don't do that. But one thing I will say, Indianapolis probably needs to step up, and they need to make a safer wall all the way around. I didn't even realize that in the outside lane, just because of where that was at, that was not a safer barrier. And Almirola hit concrete head on. I mean, he's lucky that didn't really hurt him. I'm glad he was okay. But yeah, I just never been a fan of Austin Hill. I think he's a hack, really.
Yeah, I'm along the same lines with you as we're watching this kind of intense battle here from 7th back to about 11th place here. I'm waiting for an accident to happen here, but just to polish off the Austin Hill discussion, he put Eric, he basically drove directly into that outside wall without a safer barrier. And Eric, after he came out of the care center, mentioned the hardest hit he's had since he broke his back a few years ago when he was a full-time driver in Cup.
Yeah, it was a massive hit, and it's just lucky he didn't hurt somebody. But I will give NASCAR and all of racing just credit for the technology. Stuart Friesen probably had one of the worst dirt track wrecks I've ever seen, and he's going to be probably out for the rest of the year, but he's lucky he's not dead. And even at tracks like these dirt tracks with these dirt cars, the technology that they get from Olive Racing that's saving these guys' lives now, because that was a wicked hit that he took too.
Yeah, for sure. So back on the track here, folks. We're riding on board over the shoulder here with Mike Adamson running 11th. He's up 20 spots from where he started after receiving a penalty to start this race. So that's a great job for him. He's going to be in the hunt for this championship this year. We know how bad he wants it. He nearly won the Vanquish Series championship this past Friday, this past Friday. So he's extremely hungry and extremely fast, and he's made his way up here, about to be in the top 10 if he affects this pass on the 53 of Jeremiah Burke, who hasn't slipped as badly as maybe we would have expected on those old tires.
No, he's done a really good job of hanging in there, but man, he's loose. He's almost caught the wall right there. I'm watching Trevor Robertson. I have no idea how that truck is, how he repaired it under caution, if it is fully repaired. If it's not, and he's driving it like this, he's back up to 17th again. He just keeps moving forward.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get a look at the front end of his truck. It looks clean. He looked pretty messed up when he was coming out of that accident.
Yeah. I thought he was not done, but I thought he was going to need a couple of cautions.
Yeah, he might have been very fortunate with the iRacing gods there on the damage model. But this is looking like a green flag run here, Ricky. Of course, we said that earlier. We are about 50 laps into this, coming to 35 to go. You still have Dylan Bryant up front in the first position, now passing Tim Pope, so he's made a pass there. Don't know, maybe Tim's saving a little bit now, but I think Dylan probably saved at the beginning of the run, and that's probably how he got back up in front. You got Tim right there on his bumper. Derek Welch in third position. He's only about 1.3 behind, and then you got Good Enough in fourth. So it's not over for good. You see that move?
There's a
16.
Yeah, 16, 84, 99, 13. They are duking it.
Kyle is up to the 16 truck. Kyle Vaught is up to sixth position, just passing Josh Bittner. Josh has done well again on those old tires, but Albert Anderson is hunting the 16 as well. America's driver right there behind him. Oh, that was so close right there, going around the 84. 84 is
think
getting in
at one-
trouble. Yep.
I think at one point, just a few laps ago, Bittner was back to maybe 9th or 10th, and he somehow drove back forward again. That group right there is really putting on a good show right now.
Yeah, he's running in the 9th position right now, which is good considering how old their tires are. I mean, we're talking 3-4 laps older tires. Bittner in particular, I think he's 4 lap older tires here. Incredibly, that doesn't sound like much, but it is a tremendous amount of wear at a track like this. So for him to be still running in the top 10, he's praying for this next round of pit stops. I'm sure he would like to caution right now before he begins to really bleed off these spots, as you see that the 47's gotten around him, and Mike Adamson is lurking there in the 88 truck.
Well, Burt tapped out and went ahead and pitted. He's in the pits right now.
I don't know that I would do. It's a a judgment call. You see others going in right there too. 13 just hit pit lane. Colin Decker's in pit lane. Well, we're probably coming to the normal stops here. So they went in 35. It's a little early.
Yeah, they must be. They know that they can't make it on one more stop, so they're trying to cut this in half. Maybe that's all I can figure.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, they're right here now. We're at 50. Yeah, we're at 52. This should be a normal cycle. They're 21 laps on those tires. They probably could have went a little bit longer. The Colin Decker right there. He is currently running in the 25th position as he's coming off pit lane. Kyle Vaught's coming to pit lane. I see him calling out. Should see him go in. See if we can get the dash on him. I should have had the dash up so you guys could see whether or not he was going to be able to make it down at lane speed.
These guys, the leaders, what I'm seeing are lap 17 on the run coming to 18. So I think they do have a couple more laps they could run.
Oh yeah, you're right. I was off on that. So 56. They should be able to get to 56 pretty comfortably. If they want to. So another 3 laps for sure. Riding on board right now, the roof cam of Tim Pope. He's not coming in this time, is he? No. They're not high side. Got other cars, trucks rather, on fresh tires making their way around him. He's just making sure he stays clear of them. This is the danger zone. When you have new tires and old tires on the track at the same time, the speed difference is tremendous.
Yeah, now these guys that's staying out, though, they got to pray there's not a wreck right now, because the guys that just pitted would not pit again. It wouldn't benefit them, and they would be at the tail end of this line. And at a track like Indianapolis, it's almost like getting kicked to the back at a road course.
Yeah, it is a gamble, especially when they start unlapping themselves. If there wasn't a whole bunch of them unlapping themselves, you're okay. But once that starts to happen, you probably should hit pit lane, and you're losing so much time. Probably upwards of 2 seconds per lap. As you see, he's going to pit lane right now. He's down to the pit lane speed of 55 as he hits the line right there. On board with Mr. Tim Pope out of Roseboro, North Carolina. One of the OGs of this league.
Well, the last lap, some of the guys that had just pitted, they ran 52.7s. Pope ran a 55.7 the last lap, so 3 seconds different between old tires.
Did 21, missed his pit box a little bit, had to back up. That's going to cost him probably a second or two. It doesn't look like much, ladies and gentlemen, but that little bit of a slide through your box, that's a huge problem if it goes green, because you just lose all that time on the track. Right now, Jonathan Osborne has the lead. He went in on lap 35, so he should be coming in any time now. As we're coming to start lap 56, I see a lot of smoke there. I don't know if we got somebody off the track or don't see anything. We are spread out on this track. Look at this. All the way around.
Looks like Craig Goodenough may cycle out into the lead somehow out of all this.
He was running up there in third and fourth before we started doing this. Yeah, Craig went in on lap 51. Right behind him, Dylan Bryant went in 2 laps later at 53. Tim Pope at 54. So even if Craig does cycle back through, I assume Dylan and Pope are going to be able to track him down. Everybody from 8th, Mike Everidge, all the way forward to Jonathan Osborne have yet to make their stops. Riding along with Mike right now. So if we're looking at this, let's say they're only able to get like 21 laps. There's no way they're trying to get to lap 64 to make it to the end. Now here he comes right now. He's making his way on pit lane.
If he made it to 64, we'd had to check his roll cage for some extra gas.
Yeah, no doubt. Old school. Wouldn't put it past him. You know, him, Rick Conn, them guys are old school drivers. I think we're going to see Jonathan Osborne, your leader right now. I think he's going to come in this time.
Right. I mean, lap 21, he just about has to.
And here he comes right now. 88 goes on by him. Hit the 88. 88 still. He's on lap 35 as well. He's done a great job. Mike Adamson is saving fuel. He is your leader. He's going to go around one more time. At least one more time. Maybe more.
Yeah, I mean, even at 23, if they make it, they just get to 80, 81, and it's 85. I don't think there's enough gas saving in the world to make it to 85, no matter what they try.
Well, the other aspect of this is that if they do have to make another pit stop, it's going to be splash and go, be a much faster stop.
And it's possible if a caution happened to come out before he pits that everybody would pit again, because they would, if they had one more caution, they may be able to make it and stretch it by the caution laps not burning as much gas.
So 88's on pit lane. You just saw him streak by on the left, but the 28 truck of George Rincon, he is on 35 as well. He's staying out another lap. Chandler Paul came in on lap 36 and he just hit pit lane. Oh, he hit the wall too. That's not good. Hopefully he didn't have too much damage off of that. It's happened right there. Let's see what happened. Looks like a little maybe too hard on the brakes. Yep. Oh, glancing blow. He should be okay there. Mr. Fuel Savings here tonight, the 28 truck, George Rincon. He is
okay, I'll eat my words. If he makes it one more lap, he might figure out a way to make this to the end.
Yeah, he's the last one, last of the Mohicans. He's here on lap 35. Everyone else has been to pit lane.
I think he's out of gas. He is out of gas.
Did he say it on the radio right there?
No, I could just. It looked like he was stuttering. Well, no, maybe he wasn't out of gas, but he was clutching it then. He was really, really tight.
He's right on the marker right here on his pit lane speed, so he's not out of fuel and coasting.
No,
he did a great job of being able to stretch out that run. Yeah, that's going to pay dividends if this goes green towards the end, most likely. Now, I don't know that it's going to be a race winner, but it's certainly probably going to help him in the end, the last tally of the results.
Well, if he's this close, Alan, and he's going to have fresh tires, if he stays on the lead lap and they get down to the last 4 or 5 laps and a caution comes out, he might be able to save enough under caution for, if they go green with 2 laps to go, he could somehow pull this out. It would have to be a lot of luck, but it's not out of the total realm of possibility.
No, not at all. So while we have the opportunity, the race laps are dwindling down. We're about 25 to go. We're going to do, actually, the first time tonight, our Crank It Up segment. So if you're at home, you want to hear what these guys are hearing inside the cockpit of their trucks, now's the time to crank up that television or that computer. All right, folks, that was your Crank It Up segment. Hopefully you got some good ear-blowing audio there for that race. Got Taylor Provax in there saying, you got this, 16, love you. Taylor Provax saying, looking good, 16. He is. He is up to 7th position right now and racing hard. Make sure we got the audio levels back to where they need to be. Got Lori there and her message saying, give us a like. Yes, please. That would be tremendous for us. Still got you here, Ricky?
Oh, yeah, still got me. I'm just searching through the field to see what I can find on what guys may be thinking right now.
Right now, Tim Pope is back to the point. About half a second in front of Dylan Bryant. 4.8 seconds in front of Derek Welch in the 21 truck. And nearly 5 seconds in front of fourth position, Craig Goodenough in that 89. Trevor Robertson is up to 5th position, Ricky. Amazingly, 7 seconds off the lead.
Like a bulldog out here tonight. I mean, he is just constantly moving forward, just always advancing. If they had a caution, Trevor would definitely have a shot at this.
Yeah, he was very fast on Monday. I expected him to be up front tonight. He had an unfortunate start of the race where he was slightly ahead of the leader and he ended up with a black flag from iRacing. But he just got on with the business at hand and started working his way back towards the front as we're at 20 laps to go.
And you have to wonder if Pope and Brian are kind of trying to just fill each other, size each other up. I probably shouldn't have said fill each other up. They're trying to size each other up to see what they got here, who's going to pit when. Pope's trying to drive away, though, to where maybe if Dylan sneaks in a lap earlier, he won't overtake him.
You see right here on your screen right now, we're looking at Craig Goodenough in 4th position in his onboard, but right behind him, I don't know is that Trevor? No, Trevor's a little ways back here. That's a lap car. Trevor's got a lap car between them, yep, but not that far back. If Trevor's keeping his current pace, he may be able to get up there and fight for this 4th position.
He's about 2 to 3 tenths faster than Craig Goodenough right now.
Tim Pope seems to be maybe increasing his advantage a bit over Dylan Bryant there in the 51. He's almost up to a second. And once he breaks that plane of 1 second, he's really getting away from the effect of the draft and the way that Pope he's just on the marks. He may have an opportunity just to drive away with this as pending any cautions.
Yeah, it looks like Derek Welch is making up some time right now. He's still about 3.5 seconds back, but he's running maybe the fastest laps of the race right now.
You can see him right there in the background of the frame, just dropping out of the frame. But Derek went in. Tim's got, he went on lap 54, so Tim is right with Derek. They both went in on lap 54. So they have the freshest tires out of the field. John McAdams also on 54 of the guys running in the top 10. Then you get back to let's see, Mike Adamson went on 58, Jonathan Osborne 57. So we'll see what happens there. Craig Goodenough's on pit lane. 17 to go, also followed by, looks like by Andy Player and Mike Adamson. So here's the play. We're starting to see it now, folks. This should be the money stop for these guys.
Yep, Albert Anderson coming out of the pit, so he's just completed his pit stop.
Riding off the front nose of Jonathan Osborne there. The 81 truck. Looks like, so Andy Player, he's taking forward. He's not going with any kind of, hey, let's try to take 2 or none and run this out. Tires are that important. Kyle Vaught's on pit lane. Trevor Robertson's on pit lane. Kevin Hunt, Greg Klein. And you have others falling in. Right, that's Greg Klein right there in the background. Got Roney. Looks like Dave Mayberry there at the very end of the train.
It looks like we lost Jack Dixon to packet loss. That's tough when your internet drops out like that. And we do have a new chatter, John Porras. You got it, number 16. Another chatter in here for Kyle Vaught tonight.
He's starting to build. They're going to start rivaling Anderson Nation there if he's not careful. I don't know that they might come back with a vengeance on that. As you see him coming off pit lane, he took 4 tires as well. I have not seen anyone yet, Ricky, who did not take 4 tires.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably the play to try to be safe, and most guys are going to do that. You might have a guy or two that tries to, or gas only. I'm sure we all need to watch George Rincon to see how long he can last as we close in on the finish.
See a pass there on the 7, but that is the 13 truck unlapping himself. Andy Player out of Concord, New Hampshire. We were on board with him earlier with his cam. Right now, he's running in 15th, but there's a lot more people need to make their pit stops here, folks, to get to the end of this race. It's coming down to a strategy play for sure. Hey, that smoke I keep seeing out of turn 1 and 2 when I'm looking down a certain camera angle keeps freaking me out that there's an accident, but I think it's where guys are lighting their tires up coming off pit lane.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I believe George Rincon is in the pits. So maybe he knew that he couldn't make it and felt this was his best shot at it. I'm not sure.
Yeah. No, as you see, your leader has now got on pit road, handing over the lead of the race to Dylan Bryant. I expect to see Dylan probably come down pit lane right here. I wouldn't imagine he's going to want to stay out. Nope. He's going around one more time at least. He's got the fuel for it.
Chandler Paul is 5th, and he's only got 13 laps on his tires. He could go almost to the end, so he's going to be the leader, I believe, if he stays out.
It's going to be crazy if someone comes up with a strategy to end up winning this on when they cycled into the pits and staying out here. That's what makes this interesting. Yeah, it might not be a lot of passing, but there's a lot of strategy happening. He's going to pit lane right now.
Yeah.
Right now, your leader is the 51 of Dylan Bryant, and Josh Bittner is behind him by 12 seconds. Let's see. Josh went in 2 laps earlier than Dylan. Dylan's going back on pit lane. Oh, he hasn't been in yet. That's what's up. All right, folks, we'll give you a rundown of the field once we get through this pit cycle. Maybe in the next lap or so as we go into 10 to go, working towards the end of this race. It's been a very clean race. Only 2 cautions that I recall, Ricky. Been very clean overall and a lot of strategy playing into this one.
Yeah, Bittner in the pits now, so we probably are going to cycle to where it should be with Tim Pope in the lead. Craig Goodenough. Trevor Robertson looks like he may be 3rd when this checks out here.
Yep, that's what I'm seeing. As you see, Tim Pope's going to pass those 2 guys, Bittner and Bryant, on pit lane to reassume the lead. Craig Goodenough's not that far behind him, as you can see. He sees him right there in the turn, so he's going to have the bit in his teeth, trying to get up there to the 7. And Trevor Robertson is right there. This is unbelievable in a way, because we haven't had that many cautions. Wasn't he in the second caution, or was it the first one?
No, he was in the second caution. He was in the caution that was the last caution we had.
So unless I missed it, I don't think he's had any help or benefit of regrouping the field under caution. This is strictly racing his way through the field.
Yeah, he's been that fast. So he's definitely on the loud pedal.
Yeah, and he is right there. He sees his prey, so to speak, and Craig Goodenough right in front of him. And as we're looking at what laps people have gone in on, let's see, Trevor went in on 69, so he has 1 lap fresher tires than that 89 truck of Goodenough. Tim has the freshest overall at 71 out of this front lead pack here. Oh man, that got a little dicey there.
Hot. Yeah. Chandler Paul apologizes, says he's trying to stay out of the way. He didn't do anything wrong there. It's just sometimes you catch people in the wrong place, and that was just the wrong place for a couple of guys.
No, for sure. As we're looking at this battle, this is for second place. This is your second place battle, and it's going to get good as we're coming to 10 to go.
Oh, and it is a battle. Wow.
Yeah, defensive line there by the 89 on the 6. We're down to the last lap. I don't know if that's going to work again. And the 21 is laying in wait to pounce. And not just if they wreck. He's lying in wait that, as they go side by side, he's looking for the opening. And he's going to go ahead and try to make a move right here on the 6. See what kind of lap the tires are on Welch. Welch went in at 70, so he does have fresher tires than both of these guys in front of him, the 6 and the 89. It's going to affect this pass. Regardless of how, Trevor Robertson is able to finish right here in the top 5, which he probably will be able to. Look at this. It's a tremendous run for him tonight. He's gonna feel like one got away from him here. Look at this.
Oh boy, Trevor probably shouldn't have went in on the outside of Everidge.
No, but those two in front of him are starting to really dice it up too. And they're losing ground to Tim Pope, which we expected. So you're not missing anything up the front here. 7 truck is walking away 4.5 seconds out in front of second. Yeah, this might be the race that what we need to follow. Let's take a look through the field real quick, or at least run through it. So, and we'll go from the front this time. Albert Anderson's right here. He's running 5th position right now, coming down. We're under 10 to go here. Andy Player in 6th. Dylan Bryant. I don't know if he just stayed out too long.
He stayed out. Yeah, he's really fast though. He may drive all the way up through there to 3rd or 4th.
He's making a pass right now on Andy Player for the 6th position. Mike Adelson, good recovery considering he's up 23 spots overall for the night. So this is going to be a win for him to be able to come back up to the top 10. Certainly good for his championship opportunities here. So on board with the 16 of Kyle Vaught, he's running 9th right where he started. Great run for him tonight. He was forward at one point there. He probably also lost out on this cycle of pit stops. It all depends on when you go in, if you hit it just the right time.
Welch and Goodenough side by side for second, almost contact. It's really tight up front.
6 is right there now as well. He was passed, but he's not slow. He's just going to have an opportunity to get back around them. Oh, you see a wiggle out of the 21. That was almost disaster. A little bit of side drafting going on here. It could go wrong at any second here. And Albert Anderson, no, not Albert Anderson. Who was that sneaking into the picture there?
Oh, contact.
Six is trying to get out of the 89. The 21 is trying to drive away there.
Chandler Paul could help with 6.
Yep.
He's got fresher tires. I think he's got the draft. So
aggressive move to the inside for the 6 to get the angle and the nose on the 89.
Oh, and they touch.
But it's so hard to pass to keep because the momentum on the outside is helping that 89 truck.
Dylan Bryant is mowing them down, though. He's about to pass. He'll be passing both of them before this race is over.
But we're looking on board with Trevor in 4th position. Let's go back to Dylan. He is right there with only the lap truck of the 72 in between them. 6 laps to go.
He was almost 2 seconds faster that lap.
Yeah, you can see he's coming up here now. His question is, can he get the second position? Which he can see. He's in the frame. You see the 21 truck right out there in the frame, but it's a matter of time and efficiency getting around these other drivers.
Superman putting that cape out in the wind.
Yeah, for sure. Got Lori down in her chat saying so much strategy. This is the kind of races that appeal to the cerebral racer, right? The casual fan out there looking for a lot of action and carnage. This is not the track for that. You're going to see that at the super speedways. So it's a good balance. You know, folks get to see this one week, and the next week they get to see a lot of basically bumper cars at places like Talladega or Daytona. 6 truck is getting around the 89. He's probably desperate to do that, knowing that this 51 is coming. '51 is there. He's not coming. He's there on the 89 truck, making his move to the inside. 5 laps to go. I think he's certainly going to catch the 6 with the tires he has compared to Trevor Robertson. He's on 73. Trevor's winning on lap 69. So you're looking at a 4-lap difference in tires. And it's showing.
Yeah, I don't think Trevor's going to move over, but I don't think there's any way he can hold him off either.
Yeah, he's got the nose on him right there. And now he's going to try to set sail. Don't see, 9, nearly 10 seconds back, 4 laps to go. He's not going to catch the leader. He might have a chance of catching Welch in second position, but I think that's probably a stretch as well.
Welch just ran a 54.06. Bryant ran a 54.16, but he was passing Trevor Robertson at the time. So now that he's got some clean air, let's see what kind of lap he clocks off this lap.
Yeah, for sure. I wish we had an onboard with the 6 truck, but we do have an onboard with Mr. Derek Welch. And you see the focus is happening here. Oh, maybe we're frozen. We're frozen. No wonder he looked focused when I took a glance over there. So that's not going to work out for us. But I wanted to see how that was going for him in the cockpit. So back up front. 8 seconds out front. The 7 truck, Tim Pope. And Lori says in the chat that Pope is gone. Indeed. He plays these out to great effect. What lap am I going to pit on? How hard am I going to push my tires early in the run or even towards the middle or the end of the run? If you don't plan to that degree, you're not going to have these results. And he routinely has these results. As you see, Derek was 8 seconds back, Bryant 8.9.
Bryant made up a second on Welch that last lap, but it's a couple laps to go. I mean, he could get there, but I don't know. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, and he's done everything to really abuse and heat up his tires to get to this point. So he's probably feeling it now. Let's take a look at the battle. Maybe the battle box will tell us. So it's on Bryant. He's there in the middle. And he's only 0.3 behind DW there in second place. 0.36. Let's see if he starts to close on this straightaway. Because if he doesn't, that's going to tell the tale. He does. He's closing. 2.7, 2.6, 2.4. He's going to have an opportunity. I think he's going to maybe a last lap pass.
Yeah. I think Trevor Robertson's hoping for a little bit of fireworks on the last lap. Maybe he could jump these guys. That's his only hope. Him and good enough to get a podium.
Now, for Dylan to catch him is one thing. Now that he's got those tires hot and he's been running hard, coming to 1 to go here. We're already on the white flag lap. He is there. But can he affect the pass? I think he might be able to. He's got the angle. Yes. If he can hold it in the turn and keep it tight, he is going to have second place. He's washing out because he shoved it. He shipped it in there. But I think he's going to hold it.
He really threw it in there, but I think Welch is just trying to get the podium at this point. Knew that Bryant's had so much better tires.
All right, folks, we're all aboard with your leader, Tim Pope, as he's entering 3 and 4, bringing it home for the victory. Just got to get around one more turn, and he should be home free.
Tim Pope at Indianapolis with a good old-fashioned butt whooping here tonight.
Yep. Over 8-second advantages. He's bringing it home. Your winner tonight at Indy Motor Speedway. Dylan Bryant, for that last charge there up through the field, brings it home second. And rounding out your podium is Mr. Derek Welch in that 21 truck. I mean, I enjoyed this race, Ricky. I like strategy races. I like trying to figure out how is this going to shake out, who's going to finish where, if they undercut, overcut, do they have enough gas? This is my kind of race.
Yeah, that was a fun race. I mean, a lot of strategy, a lot of movement, because when you can't just pass guys on the track, you got to figure out a way to pass them in the pits or pass them by, staying out a lap or two or coming in a lap or two earlier, because you can get 2 or 3 seconds a lap at the end of a run. It was a very, very interesting finish.
Yeah, for sure. And we're going to get set up to interview your entire podium this evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start with the 21 truck of Derek Welch and then move forward to your winner ultimately. Let's see if we get some burnout here from Tim Pope. I haven't seen him do a burn down in a while before we go to break to get you set up for interviews. Like he might be trying to get the podium pick. I think Derek Welch is already off the track. Let's see, Derek is. All right, looks like no burn down for us tonight. So what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to take a really short break. Don't go away. And we're going to do interviews with your podium finishers. All right, folks, we're back from the break here, and we're going to get our podium finisher interviews here, starting with Mr. Derek Welch. I'll pull him up into the booth here. Hey, Derek, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got me.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, incredible run by you tonight. We saw a lot of really hard racing with you and the guys, Dylan Bryant, the 7 truck, Craig Goodenough, Trevor Robertson. How'd the night go from your perspective?
Well, it went good. It's been a whole lot better than it has been so far this season. So far this season, I haven't nothing but distractions and not been able to finish the race. So my goal is just to keep finishing the top 10, so at least I can make the playoffs. Yeah, it was a good night. 3rd place. I was hoping to get 2nd, but Dylan came out of nowhere with his fresh tires, so kind of burnt my stuff up trying to race Craig and Trevor, and short pitted there and didn't have nothing else for him.
No, was there any key moments of the night? Where'd you start at tonight? Actually, I didn't have that pulled up right now. And how did you make your? Where was it?
I say I'm too old to remember that far back. I can't remember. I think I started third. I guess I third or fourth.
Third.
Yeah.
Okay, you finished right where you started at least. So, was there any key moments in the race where you thought you might have a chance to get up there and battle for the win?
I thought that way the entire race. We was getting those runs, and I catch up with the 2 leaders and saving my stuff, and I pull them in, and then we get a caution. Next run, I'll pull them in, and we get another caution. So I had a long run speed for sure. Every time I get behind Pope, going pit road, and he's blocking my view from my pit box, and I blew through my pit box like 2 or 3 times, and that hurt me, so then I got behind Pope and them by 4 or 5 seconds on that last run, and I said, well, I just might as well try to short pit this and try to gain some ground that way. But Pope had the same idea, so I burnt my stuff up racing Craig and them, so I didn't have nothing for Pope at the end there.
Well, man, you had a great run. Do you have any shout outs for teams, fans, or family before we let you go?
My team, Misfits, Tom and John McAdam and Chris Goins. Chris Goins wasn't able to show up, and I think he got caught at work, but thanks to them, and thanks to you and Lori for running such a great league, and you and Ricky having a great broadcast. Thanks for broadcasting this for us and having something to go back and look at, and just appreciate all the drivers tonight. They raced clean. It was fun racing with Trevor and Craig there.
Well, yeah, man, you put on a tremendous show, and we look forward to seeing what you can do next week. And appreciate you, buddy. We'll see you then.
Thanks, sir.
Good night. All right, that was your 3rd place finisher. Now we're going to talk to Mr. Dylan Bryant, who brought it home 2nd with a tremendous run. Hey, Dylan, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got us.
What's up, guys? What's going on?
Hey, man, what a run on that last cycle. I thought you were going to have trouble getting back up there and fighting for the win, but you just mowed them down with the way that you waited to get those freshies. How did it feel from the cockpit? And did you think you had a chance to get up there to Tim?
No. Tim was spot on tonight. Of course, at Indy, it's you got to turn in at the right moment to get your left size down low, below the white line to make the car with the truck turn, and like, I don't know, man. I just I am decent here. I know fans like decent, you got 2nd, but yeah, it's it's a tough track to learn and stuff, and I definitely need to go back to the drawing board and pick up a tad bit more pace. So.
No, for sure. Hey, Ricky, what do you have for a 2nd place finisher?
Oh man, that Superman truck looked good. I commented that it looked like he was out in the wind. He threw his cape on, and you took off there on that last run. Had you kind of conceded that Pope was maybe just a little bit better, and you stayed out a couple extra laps, thinking that you could get back to 2nd?
Yeah. I was actually hoping for a late caution after Pope pitted. I was like, all right, I'm going to stay out for like another 3-4 laps, and then if I got that caution after the cycle, I would still be like 10th place on like fresh tires, and that was basically my only chance to beat Pope tonight. And I pitted 1 lap before him the previous pit cycle, and I think I was like 1.5 seconds out in front of him, and he chased me down, and he was waiting on the perfect run on me and stuff, and I was like, is he gonna pass me this lap, next lap, so it was all about strategy. It about cost me. If I would have stayed out like another lap, I probably wouldn't have even gotten Derek, but yeah, you got to switch it up some. If you can't beat Pope straight up, you got to switch it up some. So.
Well, hey, buddy, you had a great run tonight, and it was very entertaining watching you bring it home there on that last run. Do you have any shout-outs for family, friends, or teammates before we let you go?
Yeah, a huge shout-out for All-Star Racing with Albert, Dixon, Burke, Gaines, and stuff. It's a great team to be on and stuff. And Lori, of course you for y'all's admin work and stuff, and also a huge shout out for VRN. Y'all guys are knocking it out in the ballpark, park and stuff, and I definitely look forward to going back and watching the broadcast, and hopefully I put on a tad bit of a show going from 12th back up to second, and I don't know where the next track is, but hopefully I get to talk to y'all again.
Yeah, for sure, man. You did put it on a show. Definitely go back and watch that. We were really watching that battle as you were coming through the field. Great run. Weren't able to quite get up there to the leader and track him down, but I'm sure you'll be there in the future. Thanks for everything, and thanks for all the comments, and we'll see you next time.
All right, guys. I hope y'all have a great night.
All right, buddy. Take care. That was your second place finisher, Mr. Dylan Bryant. And now we're going to move on to our winner tonight, Mr. Tim Pope. Hey, Tim, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth. You got us, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, what a win. Ricky even said something as an old-fashioned butt whooping. How did it feel from the seat or from the cockpit tonight, from your perspective? And what was your strategy to be able to have such a tremendous lead and victory?
Felt pretty good to finally get one this season. But strategy was to try to get up front and clean air. I knew if I could get there, I'd have a pretty good shot keeping everybody behind me because the dirty air is terrible here.
Yes, it is. I mentioned that to Ricky at the beginning of the broadcast after running the practice race with you guys on Monday night. I feel like the update from iRacing has made a difference in that coming to the trucks, and I really felt it here at Indy. Did you notice a difference since that update?
Not really. I've noticed it for a while, especially at these bigger tracks like this where you have a little bit of draft. It's pretty bad.
All right, buddy. Well, Ricky, what do you have for our winner tonight?
Well, first of all, congratulations. One of my drivers bring it home for the win. That's going to make me happy. But Tim, I can't remember right, but is this a track that you actually like, or is this one you just tolerate?
No, I like it.
Okay, yeah, I thought you liked it. I thought you liked Indy. What about next week? You think you can go back to back? We got Iowa cornfield race coming up next week.
Yeah, I'm going to try. I like that. I'm pretty good there. I like that track.
All right, man. Well, there ain't nothing I can say that to really make it any better than what you did tonight. You really put on a show and put it on them. I'm proud of you, buddy.
Thank you.
So, hey, before we let you go, Tim, do you have anything for team, fans, or family?
Oh, yeah. Shout out to ADY. We got one. You guys were doing awesome on the broadcast.
Well, hey, buddy, we appreciate you. We expect to see and talk to you again in the coming weeks. Great job tonight. I'm sure it sounds like you're going to be really competitive and maybe walk away again in Iowa. So that doesn't bode well for the field, but great win tonight, Tim, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, folks, that was your race winner, Mr. Tim Pope. So, hey, Ricky, before we get into the kind of the running through the field and everything, do we have anything in the chat? Let's make sure we didn't miss any chats before we roll out tonight.
Yeah, we did. The Ashley Osborne said strong finish, and it was a good finish from all the guys in the top 10. We had Taylor Provac said, nice racing, everybody. Great finish, 16. Lori, congratulating the podium finishers. Albert Anderson Senior, good race, everyone. Congratulations, Tim Pope. Good job, son. 15th top 5, ain't bad at all. And then Albert Anderson Jr. comes into the chat and corrects him, says top 10 pops. LOL, thanks for coming out, everybody. So, and then Lori, great job, Albert.
All right, folks, let's run through your finishing order before we get out of here for tonight. So your winner, as we just talked about, was Tim Pope in first, Dylan Bryant second, third place was Derek Welch, fourth, Trevor Robertson, fifth, Greg Goodenough, sixth position, Andy Player. Albert Anderson, America's driver, brings it home seventh. Kyle Vaught brings it home eighth. Great run for Kyle. Ninth place, Mike Adelson from the rear brings it home ninth. In 10th position, John McAdam. Good run for John, too. He's upset with 7 positions for the night. Moving forward there, Ricky.
Yeah, Jonathan Osborne in 11th. You had Andrew Cawthon in 12th. Josh Bittner, 13th. Colin Decker up from 33rd to 14th. Greg Klein 15th, Scott Roney 16th, Jeremiah Burke 17th, George Rincon 18th, Greg Dobson in 19th, and I think he won the Canadian race from our Canadian guys. And 20th, Dave Mayberry.
21st is Scott Milner. 22nd, Chandler Paul. 23rd, Sean McDonald. 24th, Mike Everidge. And 25th, Dion Jones. Austin Paul brings it home 26th. 27th was Kevin Hunt. Tom Barish in 28th. 29th, John Gallagher. 30th was Jack Dixon. 31st, Dustin Eaton. 32nd, Kelly Kill. And 33rd, Anthony Williams. Well, that was a great race, Ricky. I really enjoyed watching that. And see if we get this off the screen here.
Yeah, one other comment I was going to make before it went off, because I was just looking at the grid to the final results, and man, you hit it right on the head on the start of this. That we finished. Tim Pope wins. He started 4th. Dylan Bryant 2nd. He started 5th. Welch 3-3. Robertson started 2nd. He finished 4th. Goodenough started 1st. He finished 5th. So the top 5 starters finished the top 5.
Yeah, it's just one of those tracks, and it comes down to strategy. You do have a little bit of movement, but it's not tremendous without some carnage happening. And it was a very clean race. I like the strategy play into this. Fun for me to watch. But we're going to wrap it up here tonight, folks. Thanks, Ricky, for everything you do. And as always, I want to thank my beautiful and talented wife, Lori, for everything she does for me and this league. And that does it, race fans, for round 4 of the Vigilante Premiere Series. Join us next Wednesday as we run into Iowa. That should be a drastically different race as it pertains to passing and action. So until then, stay sharp, stay fast, stay vigilante, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
This ain't your mama's racing stream.